Tasmai Shri Gurave Nam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminite Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashadesha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauravuttam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining. So yesterday we were discussing from mantra 2. We have covered, I think, 2 paragraphs. Hmm? 2 paragraphs. Short. So we discussed till, yeah, 2 paragraphs actually. So today we'll go with 3rd paragraph. So we discussed karma all that bit. Right? Then, okay. So there's one more analogy can be given. In case there is somebody, a patient, and he goes to a doctor for recovery, but the patient says that I will eat whatever I want, I won't take your medicine, and I won't follow your instructions. So the doctor wants the patient to recover, but the patient refuses like this. Then recovery will be not possible, right? It becomes difficult. Eventually, the patient may understand. The doctor is actually trying to cure me. Let me cooperate. Eventually, he may understand because he'll suffer also so much. So then, when he starts cooperating, then treatment becomes effective. So similarly, Krishna is also situated in our heart, and he wants our ultimate spiritual welfare. But when we insist on independent material enjoyment, we resist the process. Krishna is willing to help us, but we resist. But when we begin acting for Krishna, understanding Krishna is my well-wisher by the influence of a pure devotee, when we think, or influence of a devotee, then we cooperate with Krishna's program for our purification. And that is towards akarma. That's why we're coming to akarma. So akarma, we do in that consciousness that actually, it's I am acting on the order of Lord for the pleasure of the Lord. And that in that, my benefit is there. For my for my real benefit. Nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu. Our real self-interest is to surrender to Krishna, to align with Krishna, to cooperate with Krishna. So this is life of cooperation with Krishna is actually akarma. That is towards, then you go towards akarma. Otherwise, when we are simply living independently for material enjoyment, then we will be either falling in the category of vikarma or karma. Karma may be like past activity, but it's still material enjoyment with some kind of moral codes and conduct based on the scriptures. So good karma also is not the final goal. So Prabhupada says, no, ordinary men wish to perform good work in order to be recognized and achieve some higher status of life in this world or in heaven. But more advanced men want to be free altogether from the actions and reactions of work. Correct? You see the lines? This one. So this is also one important discussion, that how he's saying ordinary men wish to perform good work in order to be recognized and achieve some higher state of life. That is karma. But those who are more advanced, they want to get freed only completely. So ordinary thinking can be, how can I get good karma? Many times people come to temple for getting good karma, do good karma. Or they want to do some charity, they want to be maybe opening hospital or things like that, some good karma they want to do. But as one becomes more advanced in his intelligence, higher spiritual intelligence, is that how can I become free from karma altogether? So he wants to become free from karma. So, like for example, the prison. So prison, that two people are there in the prison. So one has comfortable facilities, good food, better treatment. Other has terrible facilities, difficulty, suffering. So the comfortable prison cell is preferable. But the intelligent prisoner, he will not just ask, the really intelligent prisoner, he will not just ask, how can I get a better prison house? How can I get a better cell? Rather, he will ask, how can I get out of prison? Correct. So similarly, vikarma is like bad material situation. Good karma is like good material situation. And akarma means freedom from material bondage. You got out of. So coming out of the prison is important. And that is our karma. So purpose of spiritual life is not merely to convert bad karma into good karma. And that cannot happen also. See, the good karma cannot cancel out bad karma. You know this. You may do sinful activity and then do good activities. So you have to suffer for sinful activity and you have to enjoy their good activity. That in so-called enjoyment also is within material realm. That is also kind of suffering only in that. The good and bad, both are having their separate consequences. So devotee is not, in a spiritual life, what we do, we go beyond both good and bad karma. So then ultimately we transcend karma like that. So then paragraph 3, that instruction of Ishwar are more. Can somebody read? Yeah. Maybe Ajit, you'd like to read? Last lecture, I think you did not read. That's fine.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. The instruction of Sri Upanishads are more elaborately explained in the Bhagavad Gita, sometimes called the Gita Upanishad, the cream of all the Upanishads. In Bhagavad Gita 3.9 and 1.6, the personality of Godhead says that one cannot attain the state of Naishkarmya and Akarmya without executing the prescribed duties mentioned in the Vedic literature. This literature can regulate the working energy of a human being in such a way that he can gradually realize the authority of the Supreme Being. When he realizes the authority of the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva or Krishna, it is to be understood that he has attained the stage of positive knowledge. In this purified stage, the modes of nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance, cannot act, and he is able to work on the basis of Nishkarmya. Such work does not bind one to the cycle of birth and death. Should I continue reading or?
No, we'll just discuss. So he says, when he realizes the authority of the personality Godhead, Krishna, he understood that he has attained the state of positive knowledge. That's important point. First is, this literature can regulate the working energy of human being, that he can gradually realize the authority of the Supreme Being. And when he realizes the authority of the Supreme Being, then it is to be understood that he has attained the state of positive knowledge. In this purified state, the modes of nature cannot act. This is transcendent position. He is able to work on the basis of Nashkarma. So it's like stages, giving different stages. The first is, one cannot stay without executing the prescribed duties. The first, to regulate first, as per the Vedic injunctions. And as the Vedic literature, they can regulate the working energy. Then gradually they should be able to come to the platform of understanding how Lord Vasudeva is the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. And then when he understands that and he acts as in the state of positive knowledge, that means engaging in devotional service, then he can transcend the modes, and that is actually a karma. So someone may hear that karma causes bondage. Then you may think that, okay, then I will simply stop doing everything. But inactivity is not liberation, correct? So Bhagavad Gita teaches a gradual purification of activity. So this is in general, like we have discussed in discussion also before, our when we were discussing the Bhagavad Gita. So it's like a gradual process is also given. Because somebody can take devotional service directly, but those who are not, for them gradual path is there. So that gradually they can come to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vasudeva Sarvam, eventually they can come. So first is regulated work. So regulate the work, and then, so basically then work according to dharma, and then recognize the higher authority, Supreme Lord, and then God-centered activity, and that's how it becomes a karma. So, so that's how the Vedic, I mean, the spirituality actually, it's not trying to suppress, our working tendency, but it purifying and redirects it towards the Lord. So people are like Prabhupada also, when he came, he did not just tell people, no, you give up. Like George Harrison also, Prabhupada did not say that you give up the profession and come and join full time. No, he just, in fact, George Harrison Prabhupada did not even, he wanted to join also. Prabhupada said, you continue, because he's a big man. No, he was a very big man. So he could do big service for Krishna, or by his singing and all that. So Prabhupada encouraged him to continue in that profession. Of course, Prabhupada was very eager to help people to join also, because when you can join the movement, then you can give full energy and all. So there are many who joined also. But Prabhupada saw, even those devotees who joined also, what they're good at, what work they can do nicely. And then he redirected their work in Krishna service. Somebody could do nice editing. Somebody was like, Shastri was good in English. So he was editing Prabhupada books. And same way, Jadurani Mata, she was painting. So she so much painted. All our paintings, most of them are from Jadurani Mata. So like that, different devotees had different talents. Tamal Krishna Maharaj was so good in management and doing big things. Prabhupada engaged them accordingly. So what work you are good at, so Srila Prabhupada would see, okay, then do that work for Krishna. So you should redirect your working tendency. So Bhakti is not about suppressing our working tendency, but it's actually about purifying and redirecting it to Krishna. So what gradually is significant, because people are at different level of consciousness. So we cannot expect someone whose worldview is materialistic to immediately come to the highest stage of surrender. He can come, but not everybody will come. There are many who are not ready. Many may not be ready. Then what will you do? So then, that's why Vedic literature accommodates everyone, because everybody may not be ready for it. So Vedic literature is very accommodative. So, okay, then it says, okay, you control your actions, follow dharma, recognize God gradually, connect your activity with God. That's all. And then eventually you serve God purely. So it's like gradually you come to the highest state of consciousness. That's why if somebody doesn't take to devotional service. Huh? Yeah. You're early only. From your standards.
What time did you start?
5. Oh, that's me.
We were at 5, but we are waiting. Then.
Oh, we were here. And we're just.
Yeah, waiting. Ajin came, and then afterwards we were waiting for Prabhu also. Anyway, so Prabhu, we are almost finished a lot of things. Anyway, so the thing is, so Vedic literature accommodates. So Prabhupada says, when he realizes the authority of the personality of Godhead Vasudeva Krishna, it is to be understood that he has attained the state of positive knowledge. You have the book, Prabhu? I can sit here with him. So it is to be understood that he has attained the state of positive knowledge. I was saying positive knowledge is what? What do you think? What is the attain the state of positive knowledge? What do you think? Yeah, correct. State of positive knowledge. Why positive knowledge? Why just not knowledge? Positive knowledge. So that is something we can discuss about. So it's not just important to know that I'm not the body. I'm the soul. It's not only aspect of knowledge. There is one aspect of knowledge. You know that I'm not the body, I'm soul. So that is like the knowledge. But it's only we have negated our false identity. You can say like negative knowledge. Not negative knowledge, but it's like you just got to know that what you are not. We are not the body. But then who am I? So okay. So first it is that I'm not the body. That is first. Then next to that is, okay, I'm not the body, but I'm soul. That is like first aspect of positive knowledge. But there is further aspect of positive knowledge. What is the further aspect? Any guess?
You began spiritual alignment.
I am
And part and parcel of.
I am servant of Krishna. Soul is part and parcel of Krishna. So I am eternally related with Krishna. So my natural activity is to serve Krishna. So that is platform of positive knowledge. So when you have that positive knowledge, then what will happen? You will naturally engage in devotional service. Correct? No? Because the natural activity is to serve Krishna. That way. So now, when somebody is acting on positive knowledge, so that is actually a karma. That's what we were discussing before. So probably we can summarize him a little bit, akarma, vikarma, and akarma, so that he has.
We already got this a year ago.
What is that?
Like karma, it's like what it's like doing. It's like karma and like a. It's like there's like a level. It's like a level of karma. Like when you do it, it's like a middle stage, and then like a karma is like a bad. Sorry, the karma is the bad, and then the karma is the good karma. And karma is bad.
Three are there: karma, vikarma, akarma.
The vikarma is like when you do something bad, that's something bad.
What is karma and what is akarma?
Karma is good,
Okay, good karma.
good karma.
And what is
Karma,
akarma?
Huh?
What is akarma?
bad.
No, that is vikarma. That is vikarma.
Oh, akarma is good, vikarma is bad,
Yeah.
And what is karma?
middle,
Is tell me.
fruitive activity.
Yeah, so you follow the karma based on Vedic literature, that is karma. A karma is
That is
like,
pious activity,
Right.
mundane pious activity.
yeah, and
That gives
Basically,
good reaction.
Basically,
And then
a karma is like devotional.
vikarma is sinful activities.
Yeah. And
And
a
akarma is
karma is like devotional activities, the activities that doesn't cause you like a material bondage.
no material reactions.
Mhm.
So, like say, somebody is a soldier. Now he is fighting on the border on behalf of the government, on the order of his superiors. So, if he fights and kills, he will get a medal. But the same soldier, if he comes back to his house and then he gets a fight with his neighbor and he kills him, what will happen to him? The first case, he gets medal. In second case, what will happen?
go to jail for life.
Yeah.
He will get medal in the hand. There is shackles. And he will be put in jail. Correct? No? So in the first case, he acted on behalf of Krishna. I mean, his superiors. So that's like a karma. When you're acting on behalf of Krishna, like Arjuna killed. So that was a karma. But when he's acting on his own, whimsically, for his own gratification, then he is bound to get reaction like that. So when we act on our own account, we become bound. That's why in Krishna consciousness also we should always ask this question: whatever I'm doing, on whose account I'm doing it? Who wants me to do it? Which superior is blessing me to do that? So we always should seek the blessings of our superiors for any activity we do. Like there was one devotee, he wanted to chant so many rounds, going to Radha. I told this. So then, but he, Prabhupada did not want that, but he still went. And then later he was found in petrol pump. We discussed that. So basically, even the so-called spiritual activity, if you do, but if you're not properly guided, you're not accountable to superiors, devotees, senior Vaishnavas, then actually you're not properly performing devotional service. So that doesn't come under a karma then. So as devotees also have to be careful that whatever direction I'm taking in my spiritual life also, it should be with the blessings of superiors. Like one devotee, he was so much wanting to sing Vaishnava bhajans and this and that. I told this also. And he was not studying for his exams. Superiors wanted him to study and keep a balance. But he was saying, no, it's all Maya, it's all illusion. He was saying blah, blah, like that. So he was not guided. He was not obeying. And then eventually he failed. He had to go to college, started smoking. He became very offensive also. So like that, so we should not, have our own way of doing devotional service also. So he says, Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi, Pancharatrin Vidiminam. What is that? Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi, Pancharatrin Vidiminam. एकांतिर हरेर भक्ति न उत्पाताय कल्पते. So I'm not clearly reciting the verse, but he says that if you're not following Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi, all these authorities, then your Hari Bhakti is simply Utpat. Utpat means it is simply nuisance. Even this so-called devotional service will also become nuisance when you're not doing it as per the scriptures, as per Guru Sadhu Shastras. So we have to follow devotional path guided by superior devotees, guided by spiritual mastery. So that is how we should. So we should always have somebody to please, some superiors to please, and some superiors under whose direction we are working. Correct, no? That's how we. So then it becomes akarma. Then it becomes proper akarma. When we act on our own account, then we become bound. So when our activity becomes genuinely connected with Krishna through our superiors, through Guru, and perform for his pleasure, then it is liberating. Then it becomes akarma. So it is for us important that we are always acting on behalf of our superiors. So then paragraph 4. You can read paragraph 4. Can I read one more? Sorry, Gopal.
Not for one of people.
Read.
Factually, no one has to do anything more than render devotional service to the Lord. However, in the lower stages of life, one cannot immediately adopt the activity of devotional service, nor can one completely stop good work. Conditioned soul is accustomed to working for sense gratification, for its own selfish interest, immediate or extended. Any ordinary man works for his own sense enjoyment, and when this principle of sense enjoyment is extended to include society, nation, or humanity in general, it assumes various attractive names, such as altruism, socialism, communism, nationalism, and humanitarianism. These isms are certainly very attractive in the form of karmic
bondage.
Karmic bondage. But the Vedic instruction for the Upanishad is that if one actually wants to live for any of the above isms, you should make them God-centered. There is no harm in becoming a family man or an altruist, a socialist, a communist, a nationalist, or a humanitarian, providing that one executes his activities in relation with his
Ishavasya,
the God-centered conception.
Yeah, we'll pause here. So actually, no one has to do anything else, anything more. But what one should do? Pure devotional service is sufficient. But immediately Prabhupada qualifies what he says. However, in the lower stages of life, one cannot immediately adopt the activity of devotional service. One can, if one is winning. Surrender can happen any moment, any time Jiva can do that. But many may not be ready, as I said. So, in the lower stages of life, they may not be ready. So then, that shows the gradual and compassionate nature of Vedic spirituality. The destination is pure bhakti, but people have to be lifted from wherever they are currently standing. So that's how Vedas, Vedic literature, they accommodate. Correct, no? So however, in the lower stage of life, one cannot immediately apply this, nor can one completely stop fruity work. The conditions are accustomed to working for sense gratification, for its own selfish interest, immediate or extended. So now question is that, is spiritual life a supplement or complement? Who will say? Is a supplement or complement spiritual life?
What?
To our material life.
Spiritual life is a
The spiritual life is a supplement to material life, or it's a complement to our material life? Supplement. Supplement means something extra, like a dietary supplement. So material life is there. My normal life is already complete. The spirituality is just like something extra, which I like it.
It means like it's complementary, like complement. Like
works together.
So complement is like something that completes what is lacking.
no, complement means it's like for example, if a dish is complementary, it means it's included with the meal. It's not the meal, it's included with the meal. So
Yeah, it's complementing. So it's it
works with the meal.
it works with it. Correct. So it complements. Like
It could be either way.
like say father and mother. So both are important. Both are complementing each other in taking care of the child. Correct, no?
Yeah,
That's what I'm asking. So spiritual life is complementing with material life, or it is supplementing spiritual life? Supplement, you understood?
Complement.
Supplement is like you already have good material life. It's sufficient. What happened? Oh.
But also, no, also complement means like, yeah, they work together, but then you can also say that like, they both are like equal. That's another meaning of complement. They complement each other.
Yeah.
Like, for example, spiritual life is not equal to material life. Like,
So that's what I'm asking. Is it complementing or not then?
I don't
you
know,
get-
because that you should say like, that's the wrong grammar usage then, because you cannot say it complements, because then you, like, for example,
No, you just say yes or no. You're saying yes or no. Is it-
kind of,
It's complementing.
it depends on the definition of comp.
What is the definition?
Oh, if it could also mean like equal with each other's.
So yeah, when we are in the lower stages, no, we have that feeling. Okay, first one thing that okay, my material life is going on, no, but my normal life is already complete. But spirituality is just like something extra which I like it. Correct? No? Sometimes people think that's why that's the perspective of spiritual life like a supplement. Like okay, I'm already taking food and all, but I just take some extra vitamins or extra something I do. And complement is that okay, without spirituality, my life remains incomplete. So finding completeness in my life, I also have to do spirituality. So I need spirituality also. But actually, even that is not the real thing. The real thing is that, yeah, ultimately, spiritual life is replacement.
Essential.
It is the life. It's actually replacement for material existence. That means we have to come to the platform of having full spiritual life only, no material life.
You cannot ask a question and give the wrong answers. then
No, I mean you have to think. That's why
it's like saying take your mom or your dad. Like, you cannot do that. Like,
pick your mom and dad.
pick either your mom or your dad. Like, you cannot just do that. Like, there's some stuff like both are wrong. Both answers are wrong. Like, if a teacher says what is 1 + 1? If you say 3 or 4, this and it's like you can. There's no right answer. So like,
Then you should say both are not right answer.
yeah, but like
That is the trick, no? That's how the trick is. So anyway, ultimately spiritual life is replacement for material existence. Because we are spiritual beings. Material existence is not our eternal situation. So in Bhagavatam talks also discussing the same point. Material existence is not our eternal situation. Our ultimate destination is not perfect material existence, which is many times the idea of the people. And the thing is spiritual life is going to make nice material life perfect. So our ultimate destination is not perfect material existence. It is eternal spiritual existence with Krishna. So we want to end material life. Wind up material life and have only spiritual life. That is the ultimate goal, correct? No? Going back to God and just have a spiritual life. So until we reach that realization, we begin by bringing God into our present life. Gradually, one may be given the chance. Right? So even in this world also, those who completely surrender to Krishna, for them there is no material life. They only do pure devotional service. This is Tukaram Maharaj, you see Srila Prabhupada, you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What material life there is? All program is there is spiritual life. Correct. Everything what they are doing is spiritual life. They are not doing anything for anything else than pure devotional service. So for them there is no material life. Completely spiritualized. And what is immediate and extended selfishness?
Immediate.
Yes. Immediate, I mean, it's talking about the purport. It's talking about extended, immediate or extended. Selfishness, selfish interest, immediate or extended. What is immediate or extended selfishness? Self-interest. So immediate means my body, my food, my clothing, my property. But extended means what? Yeah, it extended to your family, maybe extended to your state, not Krishna. It extended to your state, to your caste, to your nation. Yeah.
universe is our.
Yeah. So that is extended somewhere. That is extended.
Our.
So it's called extended sense enjoyment. So ordinary man works for his own sense enjoyment. When this principle of sense enjoyment is extended, then society, national, or humanity in general assumes various attractive names. It looks very wonderful: socialism, altruism, communism, humanitarianism. But it is all nothing but sense gratification. External sense gratification, because it is still based on body identification. Understood, no? So that way. So immediate selfishness is I should be happy. External selfishness is my family should be happy. My community should be prosper. My country should prosper. Humanity should prosper. So the circle expands. But maybe materially nobler, it looks materially nobler than narrow selfishness. But if the entire conception remains separate from God, it still cannot free the soul from birth and death. So all isms are there. Altruism, communism, nationalism. So point is not never help society. That's not the point. But don't stop at temporary welfare. Connect welfare activity with eternal welfare of the soul. Like Prabhupada started prasadam distributions. We are not doing food distribution, we are doing prasadam distribution. So when we don't, it's not like we don't take care of our body. Do we take care of the body or not? We take care of the body. But when you're taking care of the body, not disconnected from God. So that means we take care of the body so that we are healthy to be able to serve Krishna. Correct. So that is not wrong. So all this, like Prabhupada was true altruism, true philanthropic work he did. How? By distributing message of God, by distributing prasadam, by distributing books. So all these isms are external sanctification when they are devoid of God, devoid of Krishna consciousness. Correct. So that's what it says, that these isms are certainly very attractive forms of karma bandhana, because it is all sense gratification. But the Vedic section of Sri Shastri says that when actually wants to live for any of the above isms, we should make them God-centered. Correct, no? Should make them God-centered. Like Prabhupada did open, Radhanath Maharaj opened hospital also. Prabhupada has told many times, what is the use of opening big hospital, distributing food, all that. But
Distributing food.
Yeah.
So you said distributing food.
Yeah, you're distributing food to hunger. Philanthropic work.
I think you said like what? Distributing
Food. No? So that's not very glorified. But in distributing prasadam, that's wonderful. When Radhanath Maharaj helped the doctors to have the hospital, but that hospital is not just a mere mundane hospital. They have Jagannath deity, they give darshan to the patients, they have a spiritual care department. Many people who come to that hospital, they become devotees. It's a very positive experience. So that's why we should know that it has to become God-centered. There is no harm in becoming a family man, altruist, socialist, communist, nationalist, humanitarian, provided that one execute these activities in relation with Ishavasya, the God-centered conception. Is it clear, Gopal? Haribol? Yeah. So, what is karma kanda? Who knows?
Karma kanda is doing activities which are
Productive activities for material benefits.
Yes, correct. So, what is the difference between what is the difference between sense gratification and karma kanda? Is it same or somewhat different?
There would be a thin line, I feel, because sense gratification you might just be doing to please your senses and all those things.
Yeah.
Like, but with karma kanda, that doing spiritual things will lead to material benefits.
Yeah. So basically, it is like this.
So sense gratification is like regardless of whatever spiritual benefits you might get or anything like that, you are just enjoying, you're like playing around with your senses. But when it comes to karma kanda, you are doing certain things just to get the fruitive activities so that it can benefit you materially.
It can, so that it can
benefit you materially in your material life. Like, how it's a common thing to say that, if you give charity to temple or you feed 10 beggars, you will get good karma. Something very basic as that.
Yeah, that is not fruitive activity. Fruitive activity is basically directly material activity only, but it is actually done as per Vedic injunctions. Some kind of material food, like people may do some kind of yajna, dana, tapa, for getting some material prosperity, like that. But when somebody may give even charity to temple with a mentality that he wants some material benefits. So it's a karma kanda mentality. Karma kanda mentality. So anyway, so see, let's say this is sun gratification circle. Sun gratification. Okay. And this is dharma circle. Dharma circle. So karma kanda is what? Karma kanda is where? Where is vikarma?
Vikarma is here.
There is vikarma.
Yeah.
This is vikarma. You are able to see Ajay.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. I'm able to see.
So
You're good. I'm able to see.
This is vikarma. Okay. And this portion is what?
Karma kandi.
This is karma kanda. This is karma kanda. Because here he is still inclined for some gratification, but he is following a dharmic path. So this becomes vikarma. And this becomes karma kanda. Now this is what? Yeah, this is akarma. This is actually, you are not doing for some gratification. You are following dharma to please Krishna. You understand? No? So this is pure dharma. That means puro dharma. You are doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. But when it comes to some gratification, that means that for the pleasure of Krishna is gone. But it's dharmic because you are following some Vedic authority. So that's why it becomes karma kanda. Or you can say karma. Clear, no? And this can go karma because it is for the pleasure of Krishna.
So the dharma side would be nikarma.
This side would be vikarma, which doesn't have any dharma. This is vikarma.
The dharma side, it would be nikarma, no?
Akarma.
Akarma. Sorry, akarma. Huh?
Yeah, akarma. And that aspect of, because the real dharma is to serve and please Krishna. Our eternal nature is to love and serve and please Krishna. So that is what the real dharma is. But this dharma, they are following this like dharma like a Vedic authority, but they are not actually following real dharma totally because it's an under sense gratification. Yeah. But they are doing another Vedic authority. So that's why it is karma kanda. But the goal is some gratification there also. This is how it works. So karma kanda, person says, I want wealth, I want good spouse, I want children, I want prosperity, I want success. So the Vedas may initially say, yes, fine, you can do that. But pursue these things according to dharma. Recognize God's authority. That is not pure bhakti. But something significant has happened. God has centered the person's consciousness because at least he's following some Vedic authority. And in that Vedic authority also there is gradation. Like he may just be just following without much concern about God, but gradually he may come to even understanding. And he may be still kind of more inclined for some gratification. So it's like elevation. And when he comes to understanding God is Vasudeva Saramiti, he is all in all, then eventually he may want to please Krishna. Then he is willing to give up some gratification. So it says, why not simply reject material identities? You are not the body. Then immediately after Krishna said to Arjuna, you are not the body. Then he uses this word, Kanteya, and then he uses the word Bharata. He says in the verse. No? So why he says that? Matra Sparshastu Kanteya. Why he says that? Saying Kanteya is actually connecting to this lineage. Kanteya, son of Kunti. So Bharata is descendant of Bharata. So they have body family designation. Though the Hinusminasa Dehi verse is told in 2.13. 2.14 he's saying about Matra Sparshastu Kanteya. Immediately telling that you are the body soul, he's saying Kanteya. Krishna contradicting himself? No. Krishna understands that Arjuna currently has emotional identification with his family and dynasty. So Krishna uses that identification to elevate him. Yeah, so it's like suppose somebody, someone says to somebody that I'm Indian. So we could say, India is the greatest. Everything wonderful comes from India. You're glorifying India. Therefore, you are automatically great. India is great, you are great. India's everything's come from India. So that is simply strengthening his body identification. This is massaging the false ego. So that's not good done. And what is pinching the false ego? We can say, India is useless. Your nationality is false. Your family is false. Everything you identify with is delusion. bogus. No, let me say that. So even if you're trying to make a philosophical point, this can be unnecessarily harsh and alienating. So people are emotionally connected with family, country, profession, culture, community.
The right thing you should do is say, India is,
What is the right way to say it?
India is a good country, but but you may not be good, you can be either good or bad.
You can say that India is a land of dharma. Many great sages have taught, they have lived their life based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. They have perfected their lives. You can say that. And you can say that if you are an Indian, so it's a duty to take the message of Gita and Bhagavatam very seriously and spread this message all over the world. Bharat Bhumite Manushya Janma Hoga Ja. Janma Sarthak Kari Karo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also is saying, somebody's second birth in land of Bharat Varsha, they should take the message of God very seriously and spread all over the world. Correct? No? So, like Prabhupada said, what is the use of you being Americans if you cannot do something big? What is the use of you being an American if you cannot do something big? No, so he's using that emotional identification. So we can do, so even Prabhupada is taught so many times that you're not the body of soul, but he's saying, what is the use of you being American if you cannot do something big? For Krishna.
Resources.
For Krishna, yeah. Yeah. So just to make them do something for Krishna, wonderful. What is the use of you being an American if you cannot do something big for Krishna? So you can use that emotional identification to make them serve Krishna. That way they will get purified. Their ego will be purified actually, more and more. Though, yes, so practically speaking, people have some emotional identification with this designation. So spiritual master devotees may pat it onward towards spirituality. They can direct it towards spirituality. So we don't have to massage the false ego, we don't have to pinch the false ego. We can direct that towards serving Krishna. Correct? No? Like that. So you use someone's present identity as a bridge toward the eternal identity. That can be done. Yeah. So suppose some people are enthusiastic about bodybuilding or traditional wrestling. So we could say bodybuilding is nonsense. You are not the body. But consider another approach. You can say, because their idea is Hanuman many times. So we can say that Hanuman possesses extraordinary strength. But why his strength is glorious? Because he used it completely in the Lord's service, Lord Rama's service.
Yeah, just for like we have like heavy box system. Let's say they need for example building like carrying massive heavy cinder blocks.
Yeah. We can do that. No, we can engage them in service of Krishna. Yeah. So tell them, develop strength, but remember Rama. Use that strength in service. You can encourage them to do that service to Krishna. This is spiritual intelligence. Don't always destroy an existing inclination. Spiritual, Vranay keeps saying, our devotees are the most intelligent devotees. They're from MIT, from Harvard, and all these people. I don't know why they're not doing this. Why they can do service so powerfully. So it doesn't mean that only MIT and Harvardian can do service powerfully. Anybody can do. Krishna can empower anyone. But it is simply to trigger that sense of identity in Krishna's service. Clear, no? That way it is. Okay, so let's go further. Huh? 6:30, bro. 5. You came at 5:30. Oh.
What happened to Ajit going through?
He is more concerned about you.
No, I have to come to temple. I thought I will come after class is over.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He is very concerned.
No, you have to go upstairs, no? You have to go upstairs.
You have to go somewhere, bro.
No, you have to go upstairs.
What about you? Do you have to go somewhere?
No.
Okay. Okay. Okay, go. No problem. Okay. Yeah. So Prabhupada says there is no harm in becoming a family man. So if someone wants family life, don't necessarily preach by making family life sound horrible. Sometimes in our preaching, we may take it. Sometimes Like in Pune, one devotee came. He told he was a Grahastham, but he spoke in a very heavy way. Family life he condemned like anything. And jokes, he made jokes. So some of the senior congregation devotees become so upset, saying why he has to speak like that. So sometimes you may speak such badly, and then there are some people who are not maybe wanting to join also. And then they will irresponsibly don't want to get married. And then they may create they can create problem in the society. So simply to discourage people from becoming family man is not the right approach. So because and this is authorized ashram, Krishna only has created. So one should not that way make it horrible. We should not make them feel like that. No? Someone wants family life. Don't necessarily preach by making that family life sound horrible. Somebody already decided to join and everything. He is in the path. We can talk about the family encumbrances, and that can be talked. In general, also it can be talked, but it should be a bit balanced. It should not be like that just so that this is bad and this is good. It's not like that. So to tell them, so we have to teach them that keep God in the center. So there can be a beautiful progression. So initially, people may think God is in the temple. And they may say that, okay, I should go to the temple. Then God should also come into my home. Eventually, they will get that understanding. And then when establish an altar, then my home itself should become like a temple. Like Gaurav was saying, you come to temples and you make temple your home. So, and then eventually, not my home itself should become a temple. My heart should become a temple as well. My heart also should become a temple. So come to temple, bring a temple home, and bring a temple into the heart. So that way we can encourage people. Read the next paragraph. Next paragraph. In the Bhagavad Gita 2.40.
In Bhagavad Gita 240, the Lord Krishna states, God-centered activities are so valuable that just a few of them can save a person from the greatest danger. The greatest danger of life is the danger of gliding down into the evolutionary cycle of death, birth and death. Among the 8,400,000 species, if somehow or another a man misses a spiritual opportunity afforded by this human life and falls down against the evolutionary cycle, he must consider he must be considered most unfortunate. Due to his defective senses, a foolish man cannot see this is happening. Consequently, Sri Ishopad advises us to exert our energy into the spirit of Ishavasya. Being so engaged, we wish to live for many, many years. Otherwise, a long life itself has no value.
Yeah.
A tree lives for human hundreds of years, but there's no point living a long time like trees or breathing like bellows.
You know bellows? Bellows of blacksmith. Boom, boom, boom.
The fire.
Yeah, correct. I don't know whether in America you find that. In India, we have seen it. You have seen it?
Right here, we just see it like
So they have certain kind of iron to melt and all the some work. So by that they get fire. So it's like a bellows are the blacksmith. It doesn't have no breathing, but it's like acting like a breathing.
acting like huge air pushing. Yeah, it's like pressing air into like the hole.
So there is no point in living long time like trees or breathing like bellows or breathing like bellows.
Breathing like bellows, or begetting children like hogs and dogs, or eating like camels. A humble God-centered life is more valuable than a colossal hoax of a life dedicated to godless altruism and social.
Very powerful. Correct. No? So it says that spiritual advancement is never lost. Gita 2.40. What is the words? Anybody knows? Salpamasya dharmasya tato mahto bhaya. Neha bikamana shastri pratyavana vidyate. That verse is there. So spiritual advancement is never lost. Material accomplishment is connected with the temporary body and circumstances, but spiritual advancement is connected with the soul's eternal journey. So therefore, even a little genuine spiritual progress has tremendous value. And it's never lost. And what is the greatest danger? Sometimes you may think greatest danger is, okay, I may lose my money, I get disease, failure, we may lose a job, we may do some status, but But actually, they're not the greatest danger. What is the greatest danger? What Prabhupada says in this purport?
Following down the evolutionary tree.
Yeah, because Prabhupada says once you get there, then you have to go through so many species of life. So that is the greatest danger. Imagine you got the human form of life, and then you lose it, and you become a dog or cat, and then you have to go through all the species of life. And then when you become human, you don't. It's so rare. So he gives the example, I heard one lecture. There's a big hall, and there are 84 lakh doors. And then he says that, and that only some few doors, like 4 lakh species of human forms have left, 4 lakh species of human forms are there, but very few. And there are only few doors have that exit.
Few on one.
Yeah, one we can say like 84 lakh or 4 lakh species of human life is there, 4 lakh species. But still, if you compare, so many
Even in those
species.
4 lakh doors, you have
No.
to find the right, when you get, after you enter that
Yeah.
door, you have to find the right, like, then there's side doors inside those doors, and you have to pick the right side door.
Yeah, I mean, it's still very rare. No, I mean, the point is that it's still they're very rare. No, at least they have potential. Once you come to human form, at least have potential to perfect your life. That is there. But even then also, very rare, somebody says, Manushanam Sahasreshwar says. So if you see, describe that, how it's very rare somebody comes to devotion service. Very, very rare. So you miss the door. So let's say, it's completely dark and you open the door, so many things. And you once you miss the door, then again you have to go through so many spaces of life. So it's like so rare. That's why scriptures do talk about it. Labdha sudulbamidam bahu samata. Many births we get in human form of life. So one should not waste it. One should not waste it. And we are so irresponsibly we may live without endeavoring for perfection. That is complete misuse in ignorance. So human life offers something very rare, that is opportunity to end the cycle. So Prabhupada says, Prabhupada does not say stop exerting. He does not say stop exerting our energy. He says that we should exert our energy in the spirit of Ishavasya. Correct? He's saying this. To exert our energy in the spirit of Ishavasya. Therefore, Krishna consciousness does not mean becoming passive. The question is, for whom am I exerting my energy? So everybody has to exert energy. But am I exerting energy for whom? So material consciousness, my energy is for my enjoyment. We exert our energy for our enjoyment. But spiritual consciousness, my energy belongs to Krishna. Let me use it properly. Like Radhesham would say, let me just become a donkey of Srila Prabhupada, carry the books and go to the road and just be a donkey of Prabhupada. And the books will go. Somebody will come and will give the books. So exert your energy. My energy belongs to Krishna. Let me use it properly. Somebody knows that 000 analogy. How we have so many, like we have wealth, education, family, talent, influence. These are all like big zeros. You know that, no? Analogy? You don't know?
Or like how.
Like if you have a lot of
all
wealth.
can be gone at once except for spiritual focus.
Yeah, like when you have wealth, it's like 1 0. You have influence, another 0. You have fame, another 0. You have a lot of power.
Oh, yeah.
What is
But
that?
then,
Prabhupada said this.
yeah, but then it's incomplete without the one.
Yeah, so it's all 0. But if you have that 1, then that is wonderful. Like that. So we don't have to erase every 0, but put the 1 in proper place. The spiritual life is not about negation. Stop activity. Don't exert energy. Don't get rid of all the appliances.
And if you try to add more extra, then it doesn't also change it. It's
Like our Gopal Prabhu is so intelligent devotee. He knows so many technicalities of the thing. So now, let's say he takes the responsibility of developing our website or doing such wonderful service like that. So he can just doubt in that. So actually, Krishna consciousness is more about directing our energy in the direction of Krishna. It's like putting 1. So many times people think Krishna consciousness to be inactivity or spiritual life to be inactivity. So material life is one direction, spiritual life is another direction. People think like that. But actually, it's like about all the energy what you're putting, all the talent what you have, all the opulence you have, just redirect it towards Krishna. So yes, it is in direct direction in the sense that it is in direction of Krishna. But you may have those still talents and skills and opulences.
So it's complementary. Like
It's not complementary. It's like you spiritualize the whole thing. You don't have a separate material life and spiritual life. For a devotee, there is nothing like compartmentalization. Okay, this is my material life, this is my spiritual life. And I complement both. It complements both. No. We live only spiritual life. We spiritualize all our material life. Wealth spiritualized. Your talent is spiritualized. So use everything for Krishna's service. That correct, no? So you add one to everything. So why can the God-centered person desire a long life? Why can the God-centered person desire a long life?
Because they don't have center focus and they
Because he wants to serve the Lord as much as possible. With the
Yes.
desire only to serve the Lord and the
Yes.
Vaishnavas.
Correct. So yes, God-centered person can desire a long life. How? Because if every year of my life is increasing remembrance of Krishna, increasing service, helping others, reducing bondage, then let me live and continue serving. The purpose is that otherwise a long life in itself has no value. And we are not attached to living long. If Krishna has another plan, then we are okay. We continue serving wherever Krishna puts us. Correct? But as I said, Prabhupada was desiring to, Prabhupada said to his first talking to spiritual master, photo, that, oh, I'm not yet finished your mission. So if you so desire, if you want, I can get more years and I can serve. No? Yeah, that is one thing. And he was saying that. And Prabhupada said also his disciples that you can pray. My spiritual master not finish his task. No, Lord, if you so desire, let him live more years. Prabhupada allowed that prayer. Only because he wanted to serve, for service. Correct, no? That's fine. But Prabhupada is not attached. Because if you so desire, it's Krishna will. Krishna has got your plan, I'm ready to cooperate that way. So, God-centered person also sometimes may desire for certain reasons. More life also. Because some service may be required to be completed. Jayapataka Maharaj wants living. You see, he wants to actually complete this Mayapur. He wants to see inauguration. It should happen in his presence. So it's going on, living. So, yeah. So trees, bellows, hawks, dogs, camels, he gives them. So Prabhupada deliberately gives striking examples. Trees. A tree may live hundreds of years. Therefore, longevity itself cannot be the measure of success. Bellows moves air in and out. Therefore, merely breathing is not perfection. Hawks and dogs. Animals also produce. Therefore, simply producing children does not distinguish human life spiritually. So camels. So animals eat. Therefore, eating sophisticated food cannot be the ultimate achievement of human life. The special opposite of human life is spiritual realization.
But I have one question.
Yeah.
What about like our intelligence? You can say we're smarter than animals. So how do you?
We are smarter than?
We're smarter than animals. So that distinguishes from animals, but we have like a higher mental capacity than animals.
So?
You can make head switch. I think human cannot.
No, but I'm saying like we're smart. Like we can understand like the social norms. We can understand that.
Oh, you're saying apart from spirituality?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm trying to like argue.
Yeah, apart from spirituality, humans also have certain better things, better ways of working like that. You may say that. Yeah, human life itself gives, like Prabhupada writes there, human life itself has more comfortable situation. Like their minds are more developed. Their conscience is more developed. They can take better care of each other. And they're very goody people also, very good moralist, which you may not find in material life. That way, yes, that is true. What we're saying is true. But for what purpose? Think about it. Like say, a judge in the High Court, he has given better facilities. He has some assistants. He has nice room. Nobody will come and disturb him. So he has a lot of facilities. He has his own personal mobile or whatever. Some facilities are given. Car, he has personal car and driver also. So all these facilities are given. But so there is a difference between that judge, High Court judge and clerk. Difference is there. He has got so much of facilities. But the reason for getting all the facilities is what? So that he can practice, he can do his responsible work. The same way, the main responsibility of human form life is to perfect his life by practicing Krishna consciousness. For that purpose, that freedom, that kind of comfortable situation is created for humans. That's why they have developed mind. That's why they have better intelligence. You getting this, Prabhu? But what humans are doing, they're not doing that important activity. and they're using all that only for self gratification. Then what do they use? I don't know whether I answered your question. What?
I mean, you said that like what purpose are they using it for? Like you're saying that, oh, they're smarter, but for what purpose? So we can use it in spirituality, like just like because like it's like rewarding you for like, for example, let's say like you do your job properly. Why and you get money. It's not just so that you're just like getting money, it's also so that you can do your job. You can continue doing your job.
Yeah, you have responsibility. Along with the comfort, you get responsibilities. Yes, many aspects human life is better than animals. But still, we are not actually properly situated if you are not using it for the right purpose. You are not responsible. And again, we'll get back to the animal life. So, glory of human life is not merely that we live longer, but that we can understand what life is for. So, length versus content of life. So, some great spiritual teachers lived comparatively shorter years, like I told yesterday. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shankaracharya, many teachers, they were very short. So, the principle is length becomes valuable when the content is valuable. The long life of forgetfulness of God is not automatically successful. Long life of forgetfulness of God is not automatically successful. A life centered on God has eternal significance. So Prabhupada says, humble God-centered life. Humble God-centered life is more valuable than a colossal hoax of a life dedicated to godless altruism or socialism. So it does not mean helping people is bad. Because he's saying, colossal life of dedicated to godless altruism or socialism. It does not mean helping people is bad. It means material help alone does not solve the soul's ultimate problem. Someone may feed millions of people and become famous. That may be materially beneficial. But that alone does not necessarily free the doer or recipient from birth and death. Both will remain bound in this cycle of birth and death only. Therefore, something can be good without being good enough. It's good, but it's not good enough. Right? Social service may be good, but by itself, it is not good enough to liberate the soul. Good in the sense, okay, in general, it is good to be kind, but it's not good enough. Right? So don't reject the good, spiritualize and complete it. It's not complete. It's not specialized. So that's why it's God-centered altruism. So that is not that much glorious. Compared to humble life of God consciousness, where he's not able to do much for society, but he's doing some God consciousness. That is much better. Correct. But yeah, you can specialize and do wonderful things. It's nice. Read the next paragraph.
When altruistic activities are executed in the spirit of serious Anasad, they become a form of karma yoga. Such activities are recommended in the Bhagavad Gita 18.5-9. They are guaranteed for their executor, protection from the danger of sliding down into the evolutionary process of birth and death. Even though such God-centered activities may be half finished, they are still good for the executor because they will guarantee him a human form in the next birth. In this way, he'll have another chance to improve his position, the path of liberation.
Yeah, so it says karma yoga, when it becomes God. So person is already performing karma. Now bring yoga. The word yoga means connection. Connection with the Supreme into that karma. So when he is doing some altruistic activity, simply karma. Past karma, right? Past activity. But yoga means connection with the Supreme. Then becomes karma yoga. So my work plus connection with God. That's karma yoga. That is a preliminary spiritualization of activity. That's the beginning of a spiritual, spiritualizing it. That's a beginning. Correct. So, of course, the karma yoga in its full blossom form is bhakti yoga. We discussed it before. Because when you're doing activity with a consciousness to only please the Lord, you have no attachments of any kind. That becomes pure bhakti yoga. So in that way, the karma yoga becomes bhakti yoga complete. But the beginning is at least you direct it towards Krishna. You do it in a God-centered way. Like somebody is attached to distributing food. He's a social worker only. And you somehow give him the knowledge and teachings and all, and you say that distribute prasadam. So he's doing it. So for him it is karma yoga. Correct? No? But when a devotee, who is maybe brahmachari or sannyasi, he's going out and distributing food. Same, he also doing food distribution, prasadam distribution. For him it is karma yoga, bhakti yoga. It is pure bhakti yoga. Because he's doing it with full consciousness of pleasing Krishna and liberating the soul by giving them prasadam. So even half-finished spiritual activity is valuable, is extremely encouraging. Suppose someone begins spiritual practice but cannot complete the entire journey in one lifetime. Is everything lost? No. Because Gita 6.37 to 45, it explains that the unsuccessful yogi receives another opportunity to continue. So material achievement. Suppose, God Prabhu, you get good bank balance, powerful, so much property. You have 50 houses all over US, bungalows, and you have got big position. You're the next to Trump.
I don't think you'd like,
Huh?
I don't think you'd want that. I don't think you'd want
He has thousands, hundreds of degrees and reputation, social status, all that you have got. But at death, you lose all of that. But spiritual achievement, genuine spiritual advancement remains connected with the soul's progress. It continues with you. So material achievement can be finished while the work remains unfinished. Material achievement can be finished while the work remains unfinished. Spiritual advancement remains even if the journey appears unfinished. Material achievement can be finished while the work remains unfinished. Spiritual advancement remains even if the journey appears unfinished. You understand? Journey looks like over. Your lifetime is over, that is come. But still, your spiritual advancement remains. But material achievement is finished with death. And when work is not finished also, like suppose you're going for your undergrad program. So if you have done till final year, but one paper you did not write, then you're as good as not having any undergrad. Correct? You have to complete it, then only it is. But spiritual life is not. But your advancement is your credit. Continues with you. It is there. So it says 3-step progression. So step 1, whatever you're doing, bring God into it. Step 2, understand, without God, even impressive material achievements cannot solve birth and death. And step 3 is gradually understand, God should not merely be one component of my life. My whole life belongs to God. That's how the Karma Yoga becomes pure Bhakti. First step is, whatever you're doing, bring God into it. Yad karoshi, yad arshanashi, yad juhosi, dadati, yad, Krishna says. Then second is, understand God, understand that without God, even impressive material achievements cannot solve birth and death. So you start understanding the futility of material achievements and material things. That becomes very prominent in your life. Then you will not concern about any material attachment, material activity. So no more material attachment. Then God should not merely the one component of my life, my whole life belongs to God. That way you come to the consciousness of only pleasing Krishna and doing only spiritual activities. So you can read the next verse, last.
All right, sure. One can execute God's activities is elaborately explained in the Bhakti Rasmirta Sindhu by Srila Rupa Goswami. We rendered this book into English as a nectar devotion. We recommend this valuable book to all who are interested in performing their activities in the spirit of Sri Asapanasa.
So why does Prabhupada end with nectar devotion here? So it's very significant ending. So, because you see, most of the purport of here, what we discuss is, it has been speaking to someone who may still have family attachment, national attachment, social interest, humanitarian interest, material responsibilities. Correct? It was revolving around them because the people who may be having this addresses that. But Prabhupada says, bring God into those activities. But then, where does he direct the reader?
The next chapter?
No, not next chapter. The next book.
So sorry, the next stage.
Yeah. So bring God into those activities, he says, for all those people. Correct? That's what he says. Have God-centered altruism, God-centered humanitarian, God-centered nationalism. Then it's fine. So with God into those activities. But then where does he direct the reader? To Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, nectar of devotion. Why? Because Karma Yoga is not the destination. Just being God-centered activity is not the destination. So Karma Yoga is not the destination. Prabhupada is creating a bridge. He's saying material activity, okay, God enters by material activity, God-centered activity, Karma Yoga, greater attraction towards God, Bhakti, then pure devotion service. Again, it goes on. So So there is a powerful way to conclude the philosophical progression this way. So karma kanda mentality means I have my plans, I have my ambitions, I have the kind of life I want to enjoy. And then I say, okay, God, please come into my life and help me accomplish my plans. This is what many people will do. And that's how we can tell. We generally people, we say also, no, bring God in your life. He will take care of you. He will help you. We say this kind of thing. Sometimes we may encourage people sometimes. But actually it is nothing but trying to bring God in your life. Correct, no? So God becomes a facilitator of my agenda. I want to be saucer champion. I want to be chess champion. So I will worship Krishna. I want to go to UK and have competition and I want to win the medals. I want to go to Europe and have a saucer game and win the medal. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Indian. Huh? Sorry? Can you hear me, David? So God becomes a facilitator of my agenda. This is certainly better than godlessness because at least God has entered one's consciousness. But that's not the final stage. No? So pure bhakti is the destination, final destination. So instead of Krishna, please enter my plan, the devotee asks, Krishna, please let me enter your plan. What is your plan, Krishna? So this is a profound information or transformation, not information, transformation. Initially, God should participate in my life. Ultimately, my life exists for purification. My life exists for participation in God's service. Like it says, Krishna, let thy will be done, not my will. Krishna no longer is supporting character in my story. I understand I am the eternal servant in Krishna's story. So you want to assist in Krishna's plan, in Krishna's pastimes. You understand, Abu? So, so how it is? The path of bondage is how, if you see in this purport. So when you don't have Ishavashyam consciousness, then you think what? I am the proprietor. Instead of God, I am the proprietor. When you don't have Ishavashyam consciousness. Then what happens? As soon as you think I am the proprietor, then I want to enjoy independently. Then so many material desires will be there. That's how you do karma and vikarma. Then karma bandhana will happen. And because of that, so much material bodies will get. And body identification gets more reinforced and so much of endless suffering will happen. And then you keep getting death and newer bodies. But path of liberation is how you get Ishavashyam consciousness, which is this verse is talking about. Ishavasya consciousness. That means everything belongs to Ishvara, God. Then accept my quota. Then perform my duties according to dharma. Bring God into my activities. Spiritualize my present inclinations. Karma yoga, then eventually come to akarma. And that's how you surrender to Krishna, have pure devotion service, and you get freed from karma bandhana, and then return back to God. Correct? No? So, so you can see, if someone wants charity, so we can say, someone wants to do charity, then we can say that you can distribute prasadam. We can meet people wherever they are, somebody social worker, nationalist and all that, but you have to somehow help them come closer to Krishna. Okay, as I said, he wants to anyway distribute food. Okay, then you encourage him to distribute prasadam. Somebody like I say strength. So okay, we do it for the service of Lord. Okay, family already he wants to have family and all that. Okay, have God-centered family. Nationality, okay, use that identity for service. No, help like RSS people. We make so much of their use for propagating Bhagavad Gita and all that. They help also. And then second preaching principle is RSS. Yeah, they are Hinduvadi and all that. So we use that term. Yeah. RSS, HSS, all that. Rashtriya Swayamsevak and all that. And then we discuss also don't massage and don't pinch, but rather you can pat and redirect their identity. And we also discuss that how we may not immediately demand sometimes surrender, sometimes people are not ready, but we can eventually give them the progression. We can encourage them to come closer to Krishna. So spiritual growth, like God exists. First, we can help them understand and how one has to be accountable to God, and then one can regulate life. Let God come in his life. Then he understands when I belong to God, then can come to pure devotion platform eventually. So If everybody wants to live, why does mantra 2 specifically say that one may desire to live for 100 years? If everyone already wants to live, why does mantra 2 specifically say that one may desire to live for 100 years?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, I will now leave because I have to leave from home to come to temple.
Yeah,
So I'll
yes,
just
sir.
leave the meeting.
I think we'll stop here. We'll just take the reflection. We are
Okay,
done.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Can you tell one reflection, Prabhu, if you don't mind?
So yeah, the one reflection which I would take away was like how you again re-emphasized on vikarma karma and akarma and all those things, and then how like you drew circles which like how basis of karma kanda logic you explained, like in that Venn diagram, like sense gratification, the result would be vikarma, and when it is dharma it is akarma, and in the between it is karma kanda, because the person knows that he's doing it according to the shastric versions to reap something out of it.
Yes.
So, and then something which Prabhupada told, that how doing all of these karmas are like zeros, but then Krishna is that one place it very correctly in that place, it increases the value. So if you add it after zeros, then it is useless. If you add it before zeros, then it's of so much importance. And
No, if you don't
value
add
is
any,
more.
yeah, it's like 0, 0, 0, no value. But if you just add 1 before that, it becomes valuable. And in Krishna in your life, it becomes valuable.
Yes.
And the goal is not just to add 1. Goal is to be fully surrendered to that 1.
Yeah.
So in Karma Yoga, like you want 0, 0, 0 also, and then you add, then you can also put 1. So Karma Yoga. But a good devotee is not interested in any 0 also, eventually. Krishna gives zeros, he will use it. Krishna doesn't give zeros, I mean, wealth, opulence and all. He is anyway surrendered to Krishna. That is like pure bhakti. But in the beginning, we may encourage people to just bring Krishna, because they may not be ready for full surrender. Okay, just don't worry about, don't be attached to anything. We can encourage them, then it purifies them.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. Yes, God, Prabhu, and
thank you. Hare Krishna. I'll be leaving, Prabhuji. Thank you.
yes, thank you.
You made this point about how like human species is very rare and between sports is very rare, and but even though humans may have some differences from like animals and like from all of these like other species, what's the point? The point is to use it in Krishna service. You made that point of the judge. They have all of that, like they have like all wealth, opulence, cards, so that he can be a good judge, not just because of his position.
That is work has to go. All the facilities given for particular work.
Realize.
Yeah, that facility all is given for that particular work.
Yeah.
But that work you don't do. So then we all this comfortable life as human beings are given because of that work. What is that work we have to do? Self-realization. No, you have to hear.
I'm going to hear. I don't know.
Yes.
Like we learned about positive aspect of knowledge. So what is knowledge? Like someone who knows is not body, is knowledge. And the first aspect of knowledge is he knows that he is soul. And further, then he knows that he is the servant of.
Yeah. Negative knowledge is okay, I'm not the body. But then if you know I'm the soul, then further is it's a positive knowledge. First positive knowledge I'm the soul. Second positive knowledge that I'm servant of God.
And I have one question, like what is the difference between karma kandi and sakam karma yogi?
Sakam karma yogi is having connection with Krishna. Karma kandi may not, he is simply attached to his fruit, some gratification, and he is having nothing to do with God much. He is more like ritualistic follower. He may have faith in God, but he is more like into rituals to just get his gratification fulfilled. Sakam karma yogi is like he is attached to the fruit and he is attached to the work also. But he has some connection with Krishna. Like I just told him that the person who is stitching the cloth, so he will stitch the cloth for other Bhakti. At least he knows that I want to do it for Krishna. And he may get payment also. He's doing it. So he's attached to the fruit, he's attached to the work. But he wants to serve in temple. He will take a job in temple only. Something like that. He may take a job in temple. That means a counter. So his consciousness that he wants to get the fruit. But he is recognizing that my work should be for Krishna. I mean, I should be connected to Krishna. It's all should be for Krishna. But not like he's willing to give so much fruit also. He's attached to the fruit as well. Like you distribute books. And after distributing books, you're doing it for Krishna only. But then you want to score also. So score is your fruit. Attached to that service of book, I would only do book distribution. And my score should be announced. I want name, fame, and all that. So it's like a Sakam Karma Yogi kind of mentality. But then you don't want to score. But I only will do book distribution. But I don't want, I'm not so much concerned about score. But I will only do book distribution. No kitchen service, no cooking, nothing, no cleaning. That is like Nishkam Karma. But I will do any service, tell me. And I don't want any fruit also. No recognition, nothing. You just tell me any service, anywhere, anytime. That is pure Bhakti. Yes, sir.
It's a lot of stuff, but I'll try to be quick. So you want to be free from all karma by devoting in devotional service. It might not happen at once, but it'll happen over time, gradually.
If you wanted to devote, what?
Sorry.
Again, you say?
I said like purity may not come instantly, but it'll happen gradually.
Yeah.
Over time. Use your skills in devotional service. So if you're like a doctor, dentist, whatever, have Krishna consciousness in mind. Some people aren't ready for surrender, but once you become more knowledgeable, you will be.
When should be ready what?
One is not ready for full surrender, but one can be as you continue.
One may not be ready right now, but he can.
He can be.
You have to encourage him.
Isms aren't exactly for like, it's more for sense gratification rather than centered God consciousness. Dharma is a karma. What else? Emotional connection support, like playing with people's egos, like making them be selfishly engaged in Krishna conscious activity.
They may have emotional like, attachments, but use that for Krishna.
Exactly. Put the switch on them.
Like your mother is maybe emotionally attached to you, and you can say, "Yeah, Scott has become so good, and you're his mother. Why don't you just,
Give up meat.
No,
I'm into this one. Anyway, anyone can do service, doesn't matter who you are. Little spiritual progress is significant, even though you don't finish what you started. So, like, you don't lose anything by doing it. You only gain. These 3 zeros, like you mentioned already, directing energy into the spiritual way. Length of life versus content of life, so how much you do in your life rather than how much you want life in general. One or two more things. Oh yeah, like doing enough service in this episode, you get reincarnated as a person, not as like an animal or like that.
doing what?
Doing enough service in God consciousness will render you like a human body in the next life, right? When you get reincarnated, wasn't that one of the paragraphs?
Oh yeah, if you're not serving the Lord, if you're not engaging in devotional service, then there is a danger of gliding down to lower space of life. But if you render some devotional service, at least you will get human form next. And if you have done like devotional service, so you may get birth in some good rich family. You've done a lot of devotional service, you may get birth in a Vaishnava family also. So you'll get another chance. But if you have not rendered any devotional service, there's a risk of gliding down to lower forms. So now your next life is guaranteed. At least you will have human, at least. But you are right to wait for it. You can complete perfect and go back to God.
Like 2 months. You won't lose spiritual progress, as we said, and then it ends with the nectar devotion because it wants to connect people with like attachment to the next stage.
What is that?
It wants people who still have attachment to material stuff to like the next stage of life.
Yeah, so they can come to first Karma Yoga, bring God, but then further nectar devotion will talk about pure devotion. The book is focused upon how one can perform pure devotion service. So he's kind of bridging. Okay, bring God in your life, live in Ishavasha consciousness. but it's not end there. Prabhupada is bringing, okay, go to natural devotion. So there is like how you can engage, how you can go to the platform of pure devotion. So it's not just bringing God in your life, it's about giving your life to God fully. That's how actually natural devotion will teach you.
It's kind of the last part too, surrendering fully, being Krishna's fully part and parcel, so like you can be guided with God's will, not your will.
You should not say, oh God, I have my plans, assist me. I have my ambitions, facilitate me. But rather we should think, God, what is your plan? I want to facilitate, I want to assist you. I want to be part of your plan. Not I have my plans and oh Lord, please help me. That is Karma Yoga. But Bhakti Yoga means, oh Lord, what's your plan and how can I be instrument? That is Bhakti Yoga. The proper saying, what is your plan? You make me know. That is pure Bhakti. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
But we can do that in this lifetime, like doing that without getting.
Yeah.
But how can anyone manage it?
In one leg,
Yeah.
Bhakti, power of devotion service, power of holiness.
But still, someone who does something, still there is the chance to have love.
Chance is there, but by the mercy of Krishna, he can just get fully filled. Bhakti is very powerful. So one can come. So Krishna is more powerful than tons and tons of lust and anything. You tell me tons and tons of darkness in one room. It just requires one spark of light.